When most people think about real estate, they imagine huge houses, apartment buildings, or commercial towers. But the truth is, you don't need to begin big. The smartest way to enter real estate investing without borrowing money is to start with small deals. A small deal could be a single piece of land, a tiny rental unit, or even a fixer-upper home that doesn't cost much. These types of properties are easier to manage, require less money up front, and allow you to test the market without putting everything at risk. Starting small helps you learn the basics step by step. You discover how to handle tenants, maintain a property, and understand contracts, all without the stress of big loans hanging over you. Even if you only invest in one small deal at first, that deal becomes your classroom. It teaches you real lessons that no book or online course can truly explain. The other advantage is growth. Once you succeed with a small deal, you build both profit and confidence. That profit can be reinvested into your next property, and over time, you slowly move to bigger opportunities. It's like climbing a ladder. Every small deal is one step higher. And the best part? You're building your real estate path with cash you control, not money borrowed from the bank. Use your own savings. One of the safest ways to invest in real estate without borrowing money is to use your own savings. It may sound slow compared to taking a loan, but it gives you full control and peace of mind. When you buy a property with your own money, you don't owe the bank or anyone else. That means no monthly loan payments, no interest, and no stress about late fees. Your only focus is the property itself and how to make it profitable. Think of your savings as the seed for your future investments. Even if the amount is small, it can open doors. For example, you might use your savings for a down payment on a cheaper property, or you could buy a small piece of land outright. Over time, the rental income or resale profit from that first step will add to your savings, helping you fund the next investment. Using your own money also builds discipline. You learn to manage your income carefully, set aside funds, and avoid unnecessary spending. This habit not only helps in real estate but in every part of life. Most importantly, when you invest your own savings, every profit you earn belongs completely to you. No sharing with banks, no paying off debts, just clean growth. Partner with investors. If you don't want to borrow money but still dream of owning property, one smart way is to partner with investors. This simply means teaming up with people who already have the money but don't want to do all the hard work. Many investors are busy with their own jobs or businesses, yet they want to put their money somewhere safe. Real estate is attractive to them, but they may not have the time to search, negotiate, or manage properties. That's where you can step in. You bring effort, time, and knowledge to the table, while your partner provides the funds. Together, both of you benefit. For example, you could find a good rental property, manage the tenants, and handle repairs, while your partner covers the purchase cost. Later, the profits can be shared fairly according to the agreement you both make. Partnering reduces your risk too. Since you don't invest your own savings, you're not putting your personal finances on the line. At the same time, you gain experience in real estate without debt. Over time, if you build trust and show results, more investors may want to work with you. Try seller financing. Another powerful way to invest in real estate without borrowing from a bank is to try seller financing. In this method, the property owner themselves acts like the lender. Instead of going to a bank for a loan, you make a deal directly with the seller to pay for the property in smaller installments over time. This removes the stress of strict bank rules, high interest rates, or long approval processes. It's just you and the seller working out an agreement that benefits both sides. Seller financing often works best when the owner wants to sell quickly or prefers steady monthly income instead of one big payment. For example, imagine a seller who owns a house outright and doesn't want the hassle of managing it anymore. Instead of waiting for a buyer with full cash, they may agree to let you pay in parts. You might give a small down payment and then pay the rest over a few years. This arrangement can be flexible since the terms depend on your negotiation. Payment schedules, interest, if any, and time frames can all be adjusted. Plus, you can often close deals faster because fewer third parties are involved. The most important step is trust and paperwork. Always write a clear contract and, if possible, involve a lawyer to protect both sides. With seller financing, you gain control of a property without ever stepping inside a bank. Rent before you buy. One of the simplest ways to step into real estate without borrowing money is to rent before you buy. This method lets you control a property and even earn from it before you fully own it. The idea is to sign a rental or lease agreement with the option to purchase later. It gives you time to test the property, learn about the area, and see if it really works as a good investment without putting down the full cost up front. For example, Let's say you find a small house in a growing neighborhood. Instead of paying a huge amount to buy it immediately, you rent it with the agreement that after a few years, you'll have the option to buy. During that time, you can use the property as a rental to earn income or simply hold it while the value rises. By the time you're ready to purchase, the rental income or your savings may cover a big part of the cost. This approach is especially helpful for beginners. It reduces risk, because if the property doesn't perform as expected, you can walk away when the rental term ends. You're not stuck with a loan or a long-term burden. Renting before buying gives you flexibility, time to save more money, and real-world experience in managing a property, all without needing bank approval or debt. It's like trying the investment on for size before making it fully yours. Invest in REITs if owning physical property feels out of reach. A smart way to begin real estate investing without borrowing money is to invest in REITs. REIT stands for Real Estate Investment Trust. These are companies that own or manage income-producing properties like apartments, shopping centers, hotels, or office buildings. By buying shares in a REIT, you become part owner of those properties without needing to buy them directly. The best part is that REITs work just like stocks. You can purchase them through a brokerage account with whatever savings you have, even a small amount. This makes them a low-cost entry point into real estate. You don't have to worry about down payments, maintenance, or tenants. The REIT handles all of that, while you simply collect dividends and wait for your investment to grow. REITs are also flexible. You can buy or sell shares anytime, which is much harder to do with physical property. This gives you more freedom if your financial situation changes. They are also regulated, so they must share profits with investors, often paying steady dividends that feel like rental income. Flip low-cost properties. A classic way to grow in real estate without borrowing money is to flip low-cost properties. Flipping means buying a property at a cheap price, fixing it up, and then selling it for a profit. The key is to focus on affordable houses or apartments that need only minor repairs, not major rebuilding. Paint, flooring, or small upgrades can increase value quickly without costing too much. You don't need to start with fancy neighborhoods. Many low-cost properties are in growing areas where demand is rising. If you use your savings wisely, you can buy one of these properties, improve it, and sell it at a higher price within a short time. The profit you make can then be reinvested into the next property. Step by step, you grow your capital without ever using loans. Flipping also teaches valuable skills. You learn how to spot a good deal, budget for repairs, and negotiate with buyers. These lessons prepare you for bigger opportunities later. The trick is to stay disciplined. Don't overspend on repairs, and always study the market before you buy. While flipping takes effort and patience, it can turn small savings into big returns. Each project adds both money and experience to your journey, moving you closer to financial freedom without depending on banks. Use lease options. Another smart way to enter real estate without borrowing money is to use lease options. A lease option is a special agreement where you rent a property, but also secure the right to buy it later at a fixed price. It's like renting with an opportunity waiting for you at the end. This approach lets you control a property and even benefit from rising values without immediately paying the full purchase price. Here's how it works. You sign a lease and agree with the owner on a future purchase price. During the lease term, you can rent the property out to tenants, cover your costs, and possibly earn a profit. If the property value goes up, you still get to buy it at the original agreed price, which means instant equity. If things don't go as planned, you can simply walk away when the lease ends, losing little compared to owning outright. Lease options are powerful for people who have limited savings but strong ambition. They give you time to save more, test the property's income potential, and decide if it's the right fit. The best part is flexibility. You're not locked into a loan or a bank's terms. With clear contracts and careful planning, lease options open doors to ownership step by step, proving that you can build wealth in real estate without debt. Grow step by step. The most important lesson in real estate investing without borrowing money is to grow step by step. Too many beginners rush into big projects, hoping to get rich quickly, but that often leads to stress and mistakes. Instead, focus on steady progress. Start with something small, a piece of land, a low-cost house, or even shares in a REIT. Once that first investment gives you returns, use the profit to move to the next deal. Each step builds a stronger base for your journey. Think of it like climbing stairs. Every deal you complete, no matter how small, is a step upward. Over time, your savings grow, your knowledge expands, and your confidence increases. You're not gambling with loans or risking bankruptcy. You're building real wealth that lasts. This slow and steady path also teaches patience and discipline. You learn to wait for the right opportunities, study markets carefully, and never spend more than you can afford. As your portfolio grows, so does your financial freedom. By growing step by step, you're creating a future where every property you own is truly yours. No bank claims, no hidden debts, just assets built through your own effort. That's the true power of real estate investing without borrowing money.